expecting that. Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea. I hope you're all doing extremely well today. So a little while ago I did a video of an absolutely stunning Gretsch penguin. And that video was so much fun to do. I really enjoyed the tones that I was able to get, and the guitar itself was stunning. And since then, Gretsch got back in touch and said, we'd really like you to do a video of another guitar that we've got. A little bit different again, but in the same style that you did last time. So get to play with it through my stereo Kraken rig with my pedal board, get all those kind of filthy tones and epic like ambient tones as well. I'm really excited about this particular guitar. So this is the Gretsch G5260 Electromatic Jet Baritone in dark cherry. And it's an absolute stunner. I love the color and the finish. It's this dark metallic cherry and it just looks incredible. And yeah, it's a baritone. It's in A standard, which I've never played a baritone that low before, but I'm really excited to give it a go. It's got a Laurel fretboard. It's got the V stop tail piece with the sort of like Tunematic style bridge. 2 humbuckers, 3-way tone and volume, and yeah, we're just gonna get stuck in with a load of tones. But before we do that, let's just go over the spec in a little more detail and I'll show you some close-ups. So this guitar has a solid mahogany body with the white, black and white sort of binding around the edges. It's absolutely immaculate, to be honest, the binding job on this, and the finishing job is stunning as well. It's got a maple bolt-on neck, as you can see on the back of those close-ups, 4 bolts. It's a gloss finish neck, thin U kind of profile. The binding is white, again, an immaculate binding job. And the scale length of the guitar is 29.75 inches. So this is an inch 0.75 longer than my signature Chapman baritone, which I thought was long for a baritone. So this is going to be really cool, really interesting. It's got 22 frets, medium jumbo with a synthetic bone nut and big block pearloid inlays. The pickups are the Gretsch mini humbucking pickups. Doesn't say much more than that from the information that I've got, but it's sort of their own voicing. I would imagine it's similar to all the sort of Gretsch guitars in that it's kind of that TV Jones sort of like chimey, jangly kind of tone. So I really love the sound of Gretsch guitars in general. Master volume and a master tone and a 3-way toggle switch which just moves between bridge, neck and both at the same time. The bridge is the anchored adjustomatic in chrome finish and the tailpiece is the Gretsch V stop tail. Overall, I think this thing looks stunning. I had a quick go before shooting this video. It sounds fantastic. So all we're doing is just going to plug into my Super Kraken stereo rig with my Strifector Schmidt Array pedal board of Win. I can't wait to just get stuck into the tones. So I really hope you enjoy the tones of this Gretsch G5260 Electromatic Baritone guitar. So before we get into the meat of the video with all the different tones through this rig, one thing I wanted to point out that I really like about this being tuned to A standard is that you can take, you know, any kind of normal chord progression that would be in a standard tuning, kind of a bit bland maybe, and it just sounds awesome in this tuning. So I'm going to give you a quick example. So we're going to play sort of a G major kind of vibe, and then D sus2, and then A major to an E minor, and I think it just sounds really nice. So. So you can see what I mean when you play that kind of chord progression. Anything sort of fairly simple that you would probably steer away from if you were trying to get really creative on your songwriting in a standard tuning, play it on a baritone. So don't always cancel it out. If you've got a baritone, something like this handy, just try it on that first before you're like, it's a bit boring. Because sometimes even the simplest chord progression in a lower tuning like that can sound really like moody and deep, and you know, can maybe create a song a lot easier than you might think. So anyway, that's one of my favorite things about this guitar, and let's get stuck into some stereo rig tones. Well then, I certainly was not expecting this guitar to sound that good in drop G through the Kraken, playing genty, palm muted, clunky, metal, progressive, whatever you want to call it. That really surprised me right at the end there. But ultimately, I really like this guitar. It's a different vibe completely to a baritone that I'm used to. Obviously, I play my ML3 Bea baritones from Chapman, and I mean the scale length obviously makes a difference, but it's a different beast completely. It's so full of vibe. I'm sure it's a combination of the beautiful sound of these pickups and the way that it just, you know, it's easy to play. It's a really nicely feeling guitar, but it's so vibey down there in like A standard or drop G. I'm really, really into that. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed all the tones you heard through the stereo rig. I tried to do a bit of everything, really just to show off how versatile this guitar is. And the best bit is that it's about 500-ish pounds, around that. Depends where you go, of course, but I looked online and you could see around 500 quid, 520 quid or whatever. Absolute steal, if you ask me. If you're looking for a baritone, that can kind of do a lot of stuff. Like, it isn't just clean, push cleans, and like I just played like a genty progressive metal thing on it, and I thought that sounded sick. So it does a bit of everything for a studio recording baritone or whatever. Yeah, absolutely check one of these out. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks to Gretsch for sending this over. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you all very soon.